everyone, welcome back to Train Sim World 5. Today, we are in the menu. uh, yeah, to make Corpse here today, we are in Train Sim World 5. We are going to do a German route, the Frankfurt to the Snufferstreck still? Is it still Snufferstreck? Frankfurt to Fulda. Yeah, we're doing the Frankfurt to Fulda Kinzigtalbahn. Kinzigtalbahn there. So on, and also along with the route hopping of Snowfahrzeug Castle to Würzburg. Sorry from last video, I accidentally pronounced the Würzburg to Würzburg again, but now I have to remember the W is a V, so it's a Würzburg. Alright. So my apologies I didn't pronounce it right for any Germans watching here. I'm not trying to be racist or something, okay? Alright. Anyways. Let's get into the services. So right now we have the BR411DB, the ICE4, and we have the DOS train, the something stuff like that. We got the B114, and we got the BR193 Vectron FT, the lime green fixture. And hang on, I'm pretty sure we had some more trains here. Okay, so we have the BR403DB back, BR401DB back again, and this one we have the red Vectron, the BR193 Vectron DB. From Bremen to Oldenburg, we have what BR155 Press, and for this one we have the KWG BR185DB. Yeah, all of these are my concern on. Question is, where is Dostos? There's the BR123 Dostos. It's one of the train. What the trains have here? All got the Vectron. Okay, anyways, you got scenarios completed. No, this is not it. No heart raiser, delays expected, right place, right time, check a train, test train, pull, Frankfurt ferry, mind the gap, ICE onto the right, cheese to meet you, and yeah. Issues in North Hana means trains are being diverted back. Run around your formation before heading back to Frankfurt. Poor weather earlier in the day has caused services to bunch up. Drive this fixed train service and get ready to join the queue. A DB Vectron has been found with a fault up ahead and needs your help. Take over this formation before delivering it for service. Drive this test service and ahead of the Vectron being brought into passenger services. A loco has failed and its formation need pulling into service. Take the loco from the sidings and finish the service. Run a special shuttle service between Frankfurt HBF and Offenbach HBF for the food festival. Wow. Mind the gap. Drive the service to Fulda, helping stranded ICE train on the way. Finish up one of the of the last services of the evening before parking your train into Frankfurt. I see you tonight. Cheese to meet you. This finish off this delivery service. This delivery of Hankase. I don't know. Before heading back to Hana in the passenger train. Okay. Training modules. Let's do this. Yeah, I remember I did not complete the West Coast Main Line yet, but I will soon, eventually, after I do the US port. Oh, Germany, I'm kind of looking at. Looking forward to it though. Frankfurt to Fulda route introduction. Here we are.
Welcome to Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof, located in the German state of Hesse.
Hauptbahnhof. Oh, there.
The station opened on the 18th of August 1888, and in the years since has been named the most important transport hub in Germany by Deutsche Bahn. Looks like there is a route map missing. Let's place this missing one while you wait.
Oh, over there. That's it. Wait, what?
There are more route tasks to discover. Make sure to apply missing route maps, fix Bemble pictures, restock first aid points, and eat Frankfurters.
Eat Frankfurters! Haha! God, they're hilarious. Hey, huh? Hey. There.
Take a seat. The train is just about to leave.
This kind of looks like the IC3. I'm set. It's in the middle, so I'm gonna face you. Hello, lad. We're in Germany. Guten Tag.
Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof took 5 years to build, and for 27 years was the biggest rail station in Europe.
Man, that door slam was dramatic.
In 1956, the station became fully electrified. A year later, it welcomed the biggest track diagram signal box, featuring 15,000 relays controlled by 16 operators. This remained in use until 2005. Over its 48-year lifespan, the track diagram signal box controlled over 20 million trains and over 90 million shunting maneuvers.
Give us the train that can
Tracks
tilt.
along platforms 6 and 9 were expanded into unused baggage platforms to facilitate the longer ICE trains. When Germany hosted the World Cup in 2006, Station signage was updated to improve navigation.
The FIFA World Cup in 2006. Wow.
Welcome to Frankfurt. Explore the rails of a sprawling modern metropolis and take control of regional, commuter, and intercity express duties in Train Sim World. Lean into the action with the all-new DBBR 411 ICET. An extravaganza of electric traction awaits.
Oh wait, this is the ICT, not IC4. The IC4 is different. Oh, that was one that's not added. Alright, so next one. Next training one. ICT introduction. Let's do that. Yeah, ICT introduction.
In this training module, you will be taken through the operation of a DBBR 411 ICET, Electrical Multiple Unit. ICE stands for Intercity Express. The T in ICET stands for the German word Triebwagen, meaning multiple unit. Set the reverser to forward. Set the headlights to indicate that this train is operational. The ICET is equipped with GNT to facilitate a smoother ride and higher speeds. Enable the GNT now. GNT allows trains to tilt, enabling them to drive at up to 30% faster than the signed speed limits. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding. The ICET is the only German high-speed train in service that has tilting technology. This means that it leans into curves, similar to a motorcycle, so that passenger comfort isn't as affected by G-force.
Same as the
Close the doors before departure.
what a shiny train.
The BR411 was built in 2 production runs, one in 2000 and one in 2004. They have been across all of Germany, as well as on services to Vienna, Austria. Move the throttle into the power range to get moving.
Wow, I'm still, of course I'm wearing the uniform. Oh, I'm bumped up as well. That made it look more realistic. Oh, no. Okay.
With a top speed of 230 kilometers an hour, it is the slowest of all ICE trains currently in service. This, however, is rarely a problem, as it is mainly used on routes with many curves and lower speeds. Now you've built up some speed, you can return the throttle to the off position to begin coasting. On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range.
Okay, let's go. I want to see the tilt. Oh, wow, that is... That's tilting pleasure. Let's try this. Motion blur. I'm gonna try depth of field because that makes the quality better. Come on. Oh, you want that blue light, of course. Like 3. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's make it a bit brighter. We're in a tunnel. Uh, still have the grain effect on. I'm just kidding. Still have the grain effect on. So yeah, nah. Wonderful. Look at that. Gotta keep that blue light in. Come on. No, hang on. There, that's wonderful. Look at that. Boom. Yeah, that's screenshot 1. Might take more screenshots along the way. Tilting, making it better.
You are approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range.
Yeah, we skipped it.
Notbremsung. Störung. Notbremsung.
Can I put on rapid braking? What is that anyway?
Reigetechnik. Reigetechnik. Reigetechnik.
No, no.
Reigetechnik. Reigetechnik. Notbremsung.
Nice job. The train has safely come to a stop. You can now use the passenger door controls to open the doors.
Türen geöffnet. Reigetechnik. 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 Reigetechnik.
Good work. That concludes all of the basics of operating this train.
Well, pretty easy. What's next? Let's go to the train center. Got more to learn. Flex train. It's the Flex train. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go for the Flex train first. It is going to be the train I'm looking forward to. But first off, before we do that, actually, I'm gonna do the thing. DB Retron.
In this introduction, you'll be learning to drive this DBBR-193 Vectron locomotive. During this introduction, you will be covering the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you are ready, climb aboard.
Bruh.
Sit in the driver's seat.
Oh, this is the driver's seat. Okay.
Use the master key to activate the control desk.
What is it?
Set the headlights to indicate that this locomotive is operational. Headlights must be used regardless of the time of day or weather.
Auto.
The direction of travel in a Vectron locomotive is determined by the reverser buttons.
There's a button for it this time. Which can also be used.
Now we can release the brakes and get ready to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this.
Move the throttle into the power range. Coasting is a method used to efficiently maintain speed and reduce motor stress and maintenance requirements.
Let's try hot my horn.
Come to a stop using the brakes.
Okay, this. Are you kidding me? Almost perfect.
The freight wagons are behind us. Change direction with the reverser, then change the junction indicated either by walking over to it or using the map.
Hang on. I'm gonna change controller. Because this controller is not one of the press buttons. Boom. So, yeah, there you go. Got one connected. Uh,
The junction is correctly aligned. You can now couple up to the freight. Approach slowly. This locomotive uses manual hook couplers which will need to be connected. You can couple and uncouple from either an external camera or on foot. Let's connect the formation using the external camera. Return to first-person camera. Nice work. Change direction with the reverser and move the train forward into the indicated siding. You can couple and uncouple from either an external camera or on foot. Uncouple from the wagons on foot this time. Stand up and head outside. Nice work. That concludes the basics of operating this locomotive.
Wonderful. Now, let's go back to the training center. Okay, time to operate the Flix train. Okay, yeah, one side this time.
In this training module, you will be taken through the operation of a Flix train BR 193 Vectron locomotive. For this introduction, you will be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations. To begin, set the master key to on. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding.
Oh, it's those type of doors, the one that's...
Close the doors before departure. The train is now ready to depart. Move the throttle into the power range to get moving.
I'm in the power range. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. What? Hang on, so they said that the cab in the Flix train is much more different to the one in the normal one. How? It's pantograph. Wait, the. Oh, it's because of these. I don't know.
Now you've built up some speed, you can return the throttle. On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range.
You're looking wonderful. Yeah.
You are approaching the station. Begin applying a small amount of braking force by moving the train brake into the braking range. Nice job! The train has safely come to a stop. You can now use the passenger door controls to open the doors. Good work! That concludes all of the basics of operating this train.
Wonderful. Alright, time up for a double-decker train. Yeah, it's this. Oh, control subs cards.
In
Alright.
this training module, you'll be learning about vehicles called control cars or cab cars. In the UK, they're often called driving van trailer or DVT cars, and you will likely come across other names for them too. The name cab car will be used for the rest of this module to keep it simple. Cab cars are essentially a passenger coach with a driving cab in them, but most importantly, they have no means of propulsion themselves. There are no engines or motors, so they can't move under their own power. The way that a cab car works is it will remotely control a locomotive at the other end of the train, and this is where it's important to understand their behavior as being a little different to the cab experience of the locomotive itself. There may be a little lag in control response, and you may not quite have the same instrument outputs as you do in the locomotive itself. For this module, you'll be taking this German Doppelstock cab car, which has a BR146.2 locomotive at the other end, setting it up and then driving it forwards to a marker at the other end of the yard area. Revisit this module a couple of times to try different things out and get familiar with the subtle difference when driving from the cab car. One of the biggest and most obvious differences when driving from the cab car is that there's a lot less sound. Since all the motors and fans are at the other end of the train, it can be a little disconcerting at first.
Beautiful door sound. Yeah. Now, I've visited this train before, but never driven it. Back in Castle of Würzburg. Würzburg. Yeah.
Engage the brake system
Yes.
by
Yeah,
turning
I
this key.
visited. Nah, it's not gonna work if I press the down pad.
Put the reverser in forwards. Turn on the headlights and set the signal light switch to headlight. Ensure the doors are closed. Release the brakes and apply some power to get moving.
Closed.
It feels a little odd at first. All the audio cues you're used to in the cab aren't present here, so you just need to give the locomotive time to react to your commands. Experiment with some power and some brakes and see how the train reacts. You may find some sharp jolts happening because of how the slack is being bunched up or stretched out by the loco at the back. You can minimize this by making your first power brake applications lighter and then increasing them. You'll get used to this with practice and experience.
Man, driving this train seems much more serious than other. Oh, same train sounds as the other. Same horn sound as the other one, but it's a passenger Russian car thingamajig, not a Russian car.
Cut the power and coast the rest of the way. This is far enough. Bring the train to a stop now by applying the train brake. This is just a brief introduction to cab cars. The changing ends for cab cars training module goes into more depth about both the cab car and the BR146.2 locomotive on the other end of the train. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Changing heads. Let's do that.
In this training module, you'll practice going between the BR146.2 locomotive at one end of the train and the cab car at the
146,
other.
not the 143. Man, I'm really mixing up these
All the
trains.
junctions are being taken care of for you by another team member, allowing you to focus on driving.
Alright,
You're starting here in a siding near the main loop. Get started by climbing in.
alrighty. So we're doing the 146 with Dostos.
Insert the reverser handle and set the reverser to forward. Set the headlights to bright, and on the back wall set the signal lights to headlights.
Oh.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Release the brakes and apply power to get moving towards the marker. time to get the locomotive cab shut down. Move the train brake handle to the full service position.
Störung.
Oops.
Set the reverser to off and remove the reverser handle. That will deactivate the cab. On the back wall, change the signal lights to tail lights so that the locomotive shows red lights now that it's at the rear of the train. With the cab shut down, you can move to the other end of the train. Exit the cab and walk along the side of the train to the cab car. Don't forget to close the door before you leave.
There.
Open a passenger door on the cab car to get in and make your way to the cab and sit in the driver's seat.
It's not even the 17th yet. Well, that's the day of. Oh my god, that's the day of release. Trains on Boat 4 or 5 release day.
You now need to get this cab set up.
Alright.
Start by turning the brake key to activate the brakes. Insert the reverser handle and set the reverser to forward. Set the headlights to high beams, and on the back wall set the signal lights to headlights. Check if there are any doors open, and if so, close them. You're good to go. Release the brakes, apply the power, and take the train out. You're headed out onto the main line and will be stopping at the main station on the loop.
Nicht einsteigen. Not in service. Yeah, that's not in service, isn't it? Yep, these are clicking.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Alright, you're welcome. Cruise control. I think this is the last one. Man, I've done an hour of training. FB cruise control. Let's go. Finally.
In this training module, you're going to learn how the German AFB cruise control system works. Many German trains use this type of cruise control, and much of the fundamentals you learn here will apply to other trains that have some equivalent form of cruise control. It's important to note that there are fundamentally two types of cruise control. One is an active system like AFB, which will manage your speed positively using throttle and brake as needed. The other is a speed set system, which is useful for setting a maximum speed. Speed set could usually maintain your speed, but can't reduce it as easily as a system like AFB. For this exercise, you'll be doing 2 laps of the main loop here at the training center.
Oh, come on.
The first time around, you'll be learning how to set up AFB and use it from standstill. The second time, you'll learn how to enable AFB while your train is already running. Set up the train, but don't start moving yet.
Störung, Störung.
Turn the AFB system on.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
You can now set the target cruise speed using the AFB lever. Set it to 40 km per hour for now. Release the brakes and apply power.
Oh yeah, hang on.
As the train accelerates, you can apply more power as needed. The train has reached its cruise target and has cut power. It will now manage the speed as needed automatically. You can leave the power handle with the power applied, and this grants the amount of power available for AFB to use.
Wait, what? What just happened? What is this? What is this? What on earth is that? The wheels just popped out of the bottom.
Increase the AFB lever to 80 kilometers per hour and watch the train accelerate to the new target. Now decrease the AFB lever back to 40 kilometers per hour and see the train will manage itself back to 40 kilometers per hour.
So what is wrong with this? It's gonna take a while. Finally, it's not doing its weird thing.
Getting AFB running while stationary is quite straightforward, but sometimes you may want to activate it while you're on the move without having to stop. Set the AFB lever to off and turn the AFB switch to off so that we can try that exercise next.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Now you're doing about 40 kilometers per hour, it's time to get the AFB system enabled. First, completely cut the power handle to off. Next, set the AFB to the maximum position. Don't worry, it can't do anything because the power handle is set to off.
160, wow.
Now activate the AFB switch to turn AFB on.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Move the AFB lever to 80 kilometers per hour so it can speed up. Finally, apply some power. Notice that we're now accelerating, and if all has gone well, you'll see the power cut out around the 80 kilometers per hour mark as AFB is managing your speed. Pretend there's a signal restriction coming up ahead and you need to apply the brakes. Use the brake lever to bring the train down to around 40 kilometers per hour and then release the brakes. Notice how even though the cruise control is set to 80 kilometers per hour still and power is applied, it's still not accelerating. This is because the brake application caused a throttle lockout. To reset it, you need to put the power back to off and then reapply it. Perfect. You're accelerating back up to 80 kilometers per hour. You're headed back to the station again, so bring the throttle to off and use your brakes to bring the train to a stop in the platform. It is important to remember that a cruise control system like this is no substitute for the driver paying attention and remaining responsible for the train. Cruise control systems also cannot be relied upon to slow the train at an appropriate rate when approaching red signals or speed reductions, so you should be ready to use your brakes as needed.
Okay.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Alright. Finally, the final one is like this PZB thing. Let's go to the training, yeah, let's go to the training center. Alright, final one. Yeah, I'm gonna conclude it from this train. But the thing is, I will be doing a part 2 of this video where we're outside on the actual rails of Frankfurt to Fulda. Kinzigtalbahn. Kinzigtalbahn. Okay. LZB, or not PZB.
Zugbeeinflussung. WB gesperrt.
In this training module, you will learn about Linienzugbeeinflussung, or LZB. LZB is required on lines that allow for speeds higher than 160 kilometers an hour, as
Okay,
the
there's some
braking
actual
distances are
rails.
too high for normal signal operation. This train has already been mostly set up for you, but before you depart, you will need to make sure the LZB safety system and AFB speed control system are switched on. The safety switches are in the isolation cabinet. To enable LZB, open the cabinet and then set the LZB isolation switch to the required position.
Where? Oh, there.
Now enable the AFB.
But yeah, here.
AFB.
As you are already in an LZB area, the train is already showing the U indicator in the cab and on the HUD, which tells you that the train is under active LZB monitoring. The current maximum speed is 160 kilometers an hour, indicated by the blue pip on the HUD and the red triangle on the in-cab speedometer. Set the AFB to the maximum speed of 330 kilometers an hour. As you move the lever, you will see the blue bar on the HUD and the yellow diamond on the in. As the maximum speed limit changes, the blue bar and yellow diamonds will adjust to the new speed limit. Now you're set up, apply some power with the throttle.
To the max. Okay.
The combination of AFB and LZB will manage your train at a safe speed. In a moment, the Geschwindigkeit, speed light, will appear on the HUD and in cab speedometer. When this is solidly lit, it means the train needs to slow down. When using AFB, the train will automatically slow down. With AFB disabled, the driver will need to slow the train. If the light is flashing, you are traveling too fast and are about to receive an emergency brake application unless you can slow the train to the maximum permitted speed. You are approaching a block occupied by a train. The combination of LZB and AFB will automatically slow and ultimately stop the train safely without input from the driver.
Alright, so I don't have to do a thing. Alright, just gonna leave the controller here. I'm doing nothing at all. So it is working.
Nice work. They should be out of your way soon and you can carry on your journey. Reset the traction lock by moving the throttle to the off. You can now continue to your final stop.
Yeah. Is there any blind on the... Wait, what? There's no blind? There's no blind? How is the driver supposed to see then? Where is the blind anyway? I was expecting the blind to be like the ICE3. Man, what? Wow, that's a lot of. Hmm. All right, go back.
Momentarily, the ender light will flash, signaling you are nearing the end of an LZB-controlled section. You will have 10 seconds to react by using PZB release before the train will start braking to a stop.
Zugbeeinflussung. 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 Zugbeeinflussung.
Once acknowledged, the ender light will remain on until you leave LZB control and return to normal signaling systems. Your final approach will be under normal signaling systems, so drive accordingly.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Oh no, glitching. Hang on, there's a bug. Oh, there you go.
beeinflussen.
Good job. You have arrived safely. That concludes this training module.
Alright. Okay, so all we did was just training modules, but next video I will be doing a full out in the open area. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like these. I will see. We'll complete all the. Oh wow. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like these. I will see you in the next one. See you guys. Bye.